character matters in life, okay? As you get older, you're not going to think about these things now, but it's really important. None of us know when we're going to leave this earth. Any of us could go out in this kind of weather and get killed. Life is about a legacy. What do you leave behind? What do you want people to know about you? Not that you want them to build a monument for you, but what is it in life? Because life is so fleeting. The Bible says, we're like a mist. We're like a flower that blooms, and the next minute we could be gone. And so I just want you kids, grandkids especially, know the company you keep, where you're going, and things that are being done, things that are being said. As I said, always think about it. If Jesus was standing there with you, how would he think? And what would you be embarrassed? So I wanted to start that out just to let you know about that, because character does matter. Being honest matters. That's your legacy. I've always told and taught my kids, your name is, you're the Branses. And what you do and what you say reflects upon your parents and your grandparents. So you need to be aware of that, okay? Go through life. But anyhow, I wanted you to, that's the heavy part, okay? The light part is, I was so blessed when Aaron made this. You all, have you all seen this? Aaron, well, I passed around for you. But it's about our family. So how many Father's Day was it?
I don't know.
Quite a few. It says, Happy Father's Day, Dad. We love you so much. Aspiring to be like you. And it's all the kids. Aaron, how old were you then?
Probably about 6.
And Kelly?
4, or no, you could have been 6, Aaron, because I'm 5 years younger than you.
Oh.
And Gary? Oh,
Gary,
2.
about a year?
About a year.
Yeah. It was
So I
our
was probably
first house.
4.
It was our first house. Yeah. But anyhow, I was born in 1937. Grandma was born in 1937. She was born in January. I was born in September. So I always said I married an older woman. She was 9 months older than me. And I was born in Ohio, and Grandma was born in Pittsburgh. I was born in a small town named Lafferty, Ohio, a little coal mining town. And was raised there until I was 37 in 1940. And I don't have too much history from Grandma when she was young. But in 1940 we moved to Detroit. That was where World War II broke out, and all the guys were being drafted. And my dad was what they call 4A. He had some physical problem. They wouldn't accept him. But they were starting factories to build military equipment, tanks and guns and ships and everything. And so we went to Detroit to look for a job. And my dad got a job in a place in Detroit called Continental Motors. And he made armatures for tanks. And so I was probably, kindergarten is probably, what would I be when I was probably there, 37 and 43 years old. We were there 47. So by the time I left there, I was probably, would be 10 years old. Would it be 5th grade? Mm-hmm. Fourth grade. Yeah, and then when we moved back to Ohio, and then my dad, of course my dad was a barber. He worked in a coal mine, and then he owned a restaurant and bar. And when he came back, he decided to build a new, it's called Club 40. Some of you have seen pictures of that. And my dad didn't want me to grow up, Mom and Dad didn't want me to grow up in a bar situation, so they sent me to military school. I went to a school called Lindsley Military Institute. It was in Wheeling, West Virginia. Excuse me. I stayed down there for 1 year. in my 5th grade, and when I came back home, I said, I don't want to go back there. So I went to public school from on 6th grade. I was there for, if I can remember right, probably about 6 weeks. And I said, I don't want to stay here, I want to go back to military school. Well, by that time, the enrollment was complete, and they didn't have a room for me in the dormitory, so the head master had a house there, and he had a son, and so he let me move in with him. So I stayed with the headmaster for a few months until one of the kids flunked out of school, and I was able to go back to the dormitory. But I stayed in the dormitory there throughout till my junior year. I was old enough to drive. If they had military schools today, and I don't know if there's too many of them left anymore, I would advise every parent to send their kid to military school. The discipline was so good there. I mean, you guys think Victory was tough. It was really, they really taught you how. I mean, even to this day, even if I go into a restaurant and the waitress waits on me, she's 18 years old, I'll say, ma'am, that's just what I'm used to. Yes, sir, no, no, sir. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And that's a sign of respect. And so those are things that I think a lot of kids today are not taught, not only not taught in the home, they're not taught in the school. And so my upbringing, having not had a real good family situation, being an only child, there was a lot of discipline in my home. And sometimes the discipline can be carried over too far, as Kelly would probably tell you, Aaron would probably tell you. But I'm a person that likes order, you know. Everything has its place and that kind of thing. And sometimes you can get carried away with that. But anyhow, that's just me. Grandma grew up in a town in Pittsburgh called Bellevue. And she graduated from Bellevue High School. And when she graduated, and I graduated from Lindsley, we both went to Ohio State. And I met Grandma. I had a full-time job working for the State Department as well as going to school. I carried, you know, anywhere from 15 to 18 hours credits. But not only worked full-time and carried those credits, but I also worked at the faculty club, and that's where I met Grandma. She was a waitress, and I was a waiter. And I have to tell you a funny story. Besides being a waiter, some of the times in the evenings, because we get people would come in, professors, and Woody Hayes was always coming in. He and his wife, they would bring prospective football players. They would sit at an egg table. She would sit at an egg table with players, and he would sit at an egg table with players. And anyhow, this one time, instead of being assigned to be a waiter, I was called a bun boy. And what I did, I would carry this big, I guess I would, stainless steel, and it had what do you call those little things that keeps it warm?
I think just a bun warmer, right?
Yeah, but there's a thing you light.
Bunsen burner.
Oh, yeah.
Not Bunsen burner. Anyhow, those things were really hot. You have to carry one against you. You'd have to put a towel down in there. Like, anyhow, you go around, you ask somebody, do you want a bun, and you open it up, and you know they show you, and look at this. And Mom that particular evening, she was a salad girl, and she would carry a big wooden salad tray. I mean, this tray itself was huge and heavy, and have all these different types of salads on it. Well, she went up. I was the bum boy, and I was standing watching her, and Mom is what, 5'7"?
Yeah.
So this professor had some guy from some foreign country was there eating, and so what you do is she would bend over like this, and you would see which salad you would want, and you would take your salad, right? Grandma looks like this, and she bends over like this, and this guy's talking, so he gets his fork, and while she's holding this thing like this, he's eating.
Oh.
And I could see Mom's back was really sore, and I'm laughing, so the person over here in another station, they're laughing, you know, and Mom's trying to keep from laughing, you know what I mean? And finally, the other guy reached over and took the salad off and set it down next to the guy so he could finish eating it. But That was really so funny. But anyhow, Mom and I just began starting to date as friends and that kind of thing. And when we fell in love, we went back home and told her parents, you know, that we wanted to get married. And so we got married December 28th. See, what year was that? And Aaron, you were born.
1957,
57, yeah.
What year were you born?
58.
Yeah, and we promised our parents that we'd get through school and not have any kids until we got through. But then Aaron, you know.
Dad, you got to tell him the story about when you were leaving the apartment, when you were getting ready to move and you wanted to go to school and there was nothing left in there but the phone.
Well, I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, make sure you tell that story.
So anyhow.